Hey guys, today in this video I will show you how we can install WebLogic server on Linux. Uh, this is my CentOS VM that I created recently, and I'm using either Putty or Mobexterm. Mobexterm would probably help you because you can see the GUI or you can see the interface while installing WebLogic server. So I already did a copy of WebLogic server on my Linux machine, but I'll show you how we can download it. You can first open oracle.com. In oracle.com you can just mouse over to downloads, and you can see this is a database and this is middleware. So in middleware you can see Oracle Fusion middleware including WebLogic server. You have to click on this link. If you scroll down, you can see WebLogic server 12c and WebLogic server 11g releases. So we will be doing 10.3.6. So to see all WebLogic server downloads, click on this link. Now if you scroll down, you can see there are different versions of Oracle WebLogic server. This one is 10.3.6. so if you click on see all, so there are other things like if you want to install this with coherence and OEP package installer, similarly there are other packages available. So we are doing native installation, so you can download the one generic one. So this is the one that I already downloaded, generic. Okay, so this is almost 1 GB. So once you download the file, you can copy it to Linux, or you can use Mobexterm or WinSCP tool to copy the file to your Linux machine. I already did a copy here in temp. You can see here. So let's start the installation. I'm connecting to this machine as root user. So my downloading was done on Windows, but I did copy it on my Linux machine. So it is in temp directory. So cd temp. So it was WLS 1036. So we need to use, this is jar file, so we will use Java and jar, and before that we will add this. This will help you to see the GUI, so we will need this, and then press enter. It starts extracting the jar file, so it is going to take a few minutes or maybe less than that. I'm pausing this video until we are done with this part. Okay, so here we are. So once this is extracted to 100%, as you can see here, it will pop up this installation wizard. You have to click on next. Then you need to create a home directory for middleware. So by default it shows root Oracle middleware. So but I want to change it. Even you can also browse home directory. You can choose any of yours. For example, I want to choose home and Oracle. So I can either type here home Oracle, and then Oracle in capital, and then middleware. So I'm installing the middleware home. I'm creating this one. Click next. So it is asking if I want to register for security updates. So I do not want, so I will just click on this and yes, then next, yes. It seems to be a bug with this installation, like I'm not able to click this one. But you can just click on I wish to remain uninformed of security issues in my configuration, or this machine has no internet access. Then you can just click I wish to remain uninformed and then click continue. So we want to do the typical installation that includes WebLogic Server and Oracle Coherence. So if you select custom, then you will need to select the option. So usually we do typical installation that includes all the files that we need and the required components. Click on next. Okay, so on my VM I already installed Java, that is 1.7, 1.7.0, and its update is 51. So it is automatically taking the JDK installed. So this is local JDK. Click on next. Now, as you can see, this will be the WebLogic Server directory here. As you can read here, product installation directories. So WebLogic Server and Oracle Coherence. So click next. If you want to change the directory, then you can. So in WebLogic Server, there will be core application server, administration, console, configuration wizard, and upgrades features, web to HTTP pub subserver. So these are the components of WebLogic Server, and this is the component of Oracle Coherence. So I will just click next, and it will start installing the files. Since it is going to take some time, I'm pausing this video for a moment. Once we have, so it has installed the files and configuration has been done. Installation is complete, but we need to run quick start. So you need to make sure that you click this run quick start, but it would automatically be selected by default. Then click on done. Now we need to create a domain for this particular WebLogic environment. So we will create a domain. If you already have WebLogic Server installed, then you can click upgrade domains to this version. So it will just upgrade the domain to this version. And if you want to access the documentation online, just click on this link. So we will click on getting started with WebLogic Server. It will start the configuration wizard. So we need to configure the domains and username, password for admin console. As you can see, it is asking if you want to create a new WebLogic domain or you want to extend an existing domain. So we are creating this domain for the first time. So we will just proceed with that and click next. Now you don't need to do anything here. You can see generate a domain configured automatically to support the following products. As you can see, basic WebLogic Server domain is already selected here, and you cannot unselect this. But there are other things, like if you want it on Java, web tier, Java web tier, then there are other options. But we will do the native installation. So click next. So this is the domain name, and it will be under this location. So if I create base_domain as a domain name, then it will come under domains. So you can see the domain location is home, Oracle middleware. This is our home WebLogic Server home directory path. So after that, user projects and domains. So this domain will come under this. So click next. Now it is asking for administrator username and password. By default the name is weblogic, and if you want to change you can change it, otherwise you can set the password. Then click next. So there are two things. Now you want to configure server start mode and JDK. So available JDK is this version that I told you recently, and as you can see weblogic domain startup mode. So there are two modes. One is for development mode, one is for development mode, and second one is for production mode. So we will do the production mode. So if you want to go with the development part, so there are some performance related things that you need to look into, but we are doing production mode. Then click next. So you don't need to select any option here because we will modify the settings later on, but you cannot do it now. And if you want to, you should have complete knowledge of this administrator server and cluster and machines and RDBMS security stores. So we will click next. Now it is providing us the details. This name is basic weblogic server domain, and this is a description, and if you can see the author is Oracle and location of this is here. So you can see domains and wls.jar file is located here. And if you look at this, see, as I told you, domains and base domain, and you can see there is server and admin server. So you can click and see the details. Like for admin server, the listening port is 7001. So we will click on create. Now it is creating domain and performing operations. So my VM's name is, the host name is Eureka. You can either use IP address here. So admin server URL will be this. So I'm clicking done. So now we are done with the installation. Now I need to start WebLogic server. So we can do cd home directory Oracle middleware user projects, domains and base domain, and there is a folder bin. You need to make sure that you are putting the right path here. Home Oracle middleware user projects, domains, base domain and bin, and then enter. So you are in the bin directory of base domain. So you can now ls -lgr. You can see there are various files, so you can start WebLogic server from here. So start. Now it is starting the WebLogic server. So it is asking for enter username to boot WebLogic server. So each and every time you start the WebLogic server, it will ask you for the username and password. So if you want to bypass this, then we have another option. We can just, as I have already opened WinSCP to look into the files, so I'll show you just to make it very clear to you. So we have home directory, Oracle, then Oracle middleware. You can see the path here. User projects, domains, base domain, and server and admin server. Now you can see there are two folders, but we will create another folder that says security. So this security is for admin server. So you need to make sure you are putting it in the correct path. As you can see, this is home Oracle middleware user projects, domain, base domain, servers and admin server, and here I created security. So right click, or you can either create new file using Linux command, but you can also use this one. So I'm creating boot.properties file, and my password will be datachief123. This is the one I set while installing WebLogic server. The username will be WebLogic, that I already set up. So you can now click save and make sure this file is generated correctly. So this is username and password. So now go back to your window and start WebLogic server. Oh, I did miss something. Yeah. Oops. There was some trouble. Let me check. Yeah, there was some space that I added while typing. So now you can see it is starting up the server. See, now it is looking for the security and boot property file here. Since we have already given the username and password there, the server has been started. So it will show you the message server started in running mode. So once this is done, you can simply go back to your browser, and my machine's or VM's IP is this, and the port number is 7001, and console. So this is the username. While installing this previously, I already added my username and password, so this is coming up. So you can just click login. It is going to take few minutes to load the WebLogic server, because this is very first time we are doing this. So once this is done, you can start deploying your applications on WebLogic server. Let me pause this video until this is loaded. So the WebLogic server has been loaded up. Now you can click on log and edit, and you can just click on deployments, and you can click on install, and you can see it is showing up the path of your files, that is under base underscore domain.